Witam widzowie na streamie. Ze mną jest... I jeszcze jest Polish Lev, ale on wyciszył się, bo będzie grał.
O kurde, wybieram...
Tylko na ten czas ja nie słucham, co mi mówią na tym Game Showcase, bo i tak ja... O, teraz słyszałem 2077, co pewnie od Cyberpunka.
A ja sobie gram...
No, Polak Linux Game Showcase. Gdzie? Poczekajcie.
Poczekajcie.
Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. As you can see,
Co to ulubienie? Lecimy do...
Czekaj, Xavery, nie wiem,
this is Black
jak chcesz to patrz.
a location where you as a player, as a mercenary, you can obtain unique cyberware and weapons
Jaki mały.
that you cannot find
Serem, no
anywhere
nie,
in this
ja
world.
cię muszę ściszyć.
Dogtown is a part of Night City, but has its own very distinct look and vibe. It's outside of the jurisdiction of NCPD, attracting all kinds of eccentrics and dangerous characters.
Radical mods, Jim. Never seen anything like that on a non-maelstromer.
You mean this? Ain't seen nothing yet. Check this out.
Będą ulepszenia! Nowe.
We have put a lot of work into making the world feel more alive. Small
Cyberpunk.
scenes, secrets to find, Easter eggs. Make this place feel more vibrant and more believable.
Maintenance accessories and
But what's inescapable in Dogtown is Kurt Hansen. Kurt is a
Poczekaj,
leader
już.
of Borges militia who rules Dogtown with an iron fist.
You've come to the right place. NCPD, gang wars, not in Dogtown. Taxes,
Check this out.
in Dogtown, I keep your business safe as long as you abide by my rules.
A really nice guy, as you can see.
I thought so.
The black market also is a place where you can
Ja idę jeść kolację, widzowie, jest przerwa, okej? Jestem, Ksawery. Halo? A. Halo, Ksawery?
O, halo, jesteś?
No.
No i co?
can find new illegal
Znaczy,
weapons. Pure lockdown.
Daj lawa.
Dive into how guy because
Inner job. Wait. Count.
Daj lawa.
to jest mówię tylko o cyberpunku.
But darkness.
another Xbox presentation. You've got a lot of fans out there in the Xbox community, so I think I can speak for all of us in saying we really appreciate Wood and this interview right now.
Well, there's a lot of ways you could do that. But, Tina, pleasure seeing
Such
you.
a-
Back.
You.
Co to?
Ej, a ty odkryłeś wszystkie drogi?
Czekaj. Nie, ale prawie. Bo to już jest horror. Już zrobili.
Gdzie? Jak? Co to?
To jest z tego, z to nowe gier, które wychodzą.
sorry for dragging you all into this.
Będzie horror?
Nie, to jest chyba dodatek. A nie, to jest oddzielna gra. Siedzi wersja horror.
The world you think you live in doesn't exist. It's a pantomime. Theater. And if you get
Ej, a jak to mamy już tu masz wibrowanie?
the stage
Nie wiem,
crack,
sorry, ja też nie wiem za bardzo o Fordzie. Teraz już oglądaj ze mną.
and once
Chyba
perceived
żeś słyszał. A nie, nawet nie było streama. To pokazuje wszystkie nowe gry, które wychodzą.
it will swallow you whole. I'm in a race against this darkness.
O Jezu, jakaś nudna gra.
Cut through. So help.
The very best. We're joining all of you here. Then parts about one thing for
O nie, Jezu, o tej głupiej grze mówił.
that actually is
to explore at their own pace. You can invest in discovering every nook and cranny in the world, discovering every secret, finding every side quest, meeting every character, or you can have a much more focused experience. And it's really up to players and how much time they want to spend in the Living Lands, but I'm hopeful that they're going to spend a lot of time with us once Avowed releases.
well, count me in as one of those players because I definitely want to read and hear every line of dialogue, everything everyone has to tell me, and discover every inch of the Living Lands. Well, thank you again so much for being here, Carrie. This has been so insightful and fun.
Thank you, Tim. This has been a pleasure.
That was just a taste of what you can expect from Obsidian Entertainment when Avowed lands next year on Xbox, PC, and Game Pass.
Czekaj. Znaczy kolejna... A mam to, o kurde, gdzie? Co to za gra? Miałeś jakiś taki typ anime.
Są najgorsze gry takie
퍼스트
anime.
디센던트는 언리얼 엔진 5를 사용한 차세대 3인칭 루트 슈터 게임으로 엑스박스 시리즈 X와 S, 엑스박스 1을 포함해 콘솔과 PC 크로스 플레이가 가능하고 프리트 플레이로 즐기실 수 있도록
Nie, to
개발 중.
jest jak nie anime, a
퍼스트
to jest
디센던트에서
japońska.
플레이어는 계승자가 되어
Jezu, ale głupie
인류의
gry to
생존을 위해
natychczas są.
침략자들의 맞서 싸우게 됩니다. 계승자는 플레이어의 캐릭터로서 다양하고 개성적인 컨셉과 전투 스타일을 가지고 있습니다. 플레이어는 계승자를 통해 잉그리스 대륙을 탐험하며 스토리를 체험하고 다양한 임무를 혼자서 혹은 협동 플레이로 수행하게 됩니다. 또한 최대 4인 협동 플레이로 거대 보스와의 레이드를 경험할 수 있습니다. 거대 보스별 다양한 기술과 부위 파괴 등을 통해 밀도 높은 팀 플레이를 수행하실 수 있습니다.
Nie, tylko nie, jakieś taka
현재
strzelanka.
개발팀은 작년 베타
Witam sobie na
테스트에서
streamie,
플레이어분들에게 받은 피드백을 개선하는 작업과 신규 컨텐츠의 개발을 병행하고 있습니다.
Who joined the best live
지금
ever.
보시는 화면은 최초로 공개하는 엑스박스 시리즈 X의 실제 게임 플레이 영상입니다. 언리얼 엔진 5를 활용한 높은 퀄리티의 그래픽이 안정적으로 돌아가도록 열심히 개발 중에 있습니다. 신규 계승자 역시 개발 중에 있는데요. 이 계승자는 물을 이용한 독특한 컨셉의 플레이를 경험할 수 있도록
A jestem u Ciebie się Janis?
자기장을 이용한 방어 능력과 비행 스킬을 지닌
No.
새로운 캐릭터도 개발하고 있습니다. 플레이어분들이 더
To blisko was mieszka?
플레이를 경험할 수 있도록
On mnie,
다양한
znaczy on,
환경의
nie,
신기술을
niedaleko.
개발하고 있으며
Tylko biorę
새로운
304
타입의
tego busa
지속적으로 개발하고 있습니다.
tam i 20
그리고
już
많은
jest.
분들이 요청하셨던 코스메틱 시스템도 도입 중에 있는데요. 캐릭터들마다
Dlatego, że
개성할 예정이며
Tydzień pisał.
꾸미기 아이템을 통해 개성을 마음껏 뽐낼 수 있도록 지원할 예정입니다. 가장 많은 피드백을 받았던 그래플링 훅은 시스템을 완전히 변경하였습니다. 변경된 그래플링 훅은 조작에 따른 회전과 이동 시 가속 감속을 지원하여 조작의 재미를
Nie lubię
훨씬
tego
더
typu gier.
증대하였습니다. 이 밖에도 피드백을 반영하여
Anime?
점프 모션, 총기 사운드,
No to się
UI와
mówi.
UX를 지속적으로
Potem zrobię.
개선하며 계승자 스킬을
Będę
개조하는
podobał.
시스템도 개발 중에 있습니다. 게임 사운드 또한 글로벌 유명 게임
Szkoda też.
작곡가와 협업하여
Mam.
보다 풍성한 청각적 경험을
Może
제공하기
soundtrack
위해
być
준비 중에 있습니다.
dobry, bo ich te orkiestry...
마지막으로 여러분께서 가장
Co?
기다리실 소식을
Może ogólnie
전해드리겠습니다.
muzyka w tej grze być dobra, bo...
현재 저희는
tego-
연내
bo
출시를
wyślij.
목표로 하고 있으며 그에 앞서 8월 엑스박스 시리즈 X와 S를 포함한 콘솔과 PC에서 크로스플레이 베타 테스트를 진행할 예정입니다.
Aha, ale ta policja to jest chamska.
8일까지 일주일간 진행되며
Wziął
오늘부터 공식 홈페이지를 통해 신청하실 수 있으니 플레이어분들의 많은 참여를
rozwal się.
Be the first descendant.
When we were wrapping up Banner Saga, we were really talking about what is it we want to do next.
We earnestly started with the idea of making a game that was hopeful, that it was a triumph for the human spirit.
Something that had a lot of replay ability, something that you can really explore for a long time.
There are different worlds that we want to explore. Towerborn is that game. Towerborn is a fast-paced action RPG. It's a co-op game. You can play it online. You can play it on a couch with your friends and family. Everybody's moving through the world map together. As the players move out, they start right from the storyline that is being told here. From the world map, you go into fun, fast combat. You come out of that with resources and crafting items, and with all their new loot, they can go back to the Belfry.
O! Jezu! Ksawery! Jezu! Patrz na mój stream na YouTubie.
Belfry is the player's
Patrzysz teraz na YouTube'a? Daj like jakby.
the player can customize their appearance, their loadout,
Poczekaj,
all
już,
these
już,
different
już.
NPCs.
Poczekaj. Jeszcze. Poczekaj.
Jezu, prawie dostał jeszcze kolejne.
Poczekaj, jeśli się włącza.
Towerborn is all about humanity's last
Poczekaj.
Humanity is clinging to hope and clinging to its power.
It is your mission to try to hold the forces of darkness at bay, to give humanity a chance at survival.
The most important thing about gameplay is just fun. And it kind of just amplified its fun the moment we added another player. All of the players can build their character in a specific just back and forth exploration. Like, let's try to do this one combo, and then let's see if you can do a follow-up. From
Co to jest?
That's just
Pagani Hoira FE. Proszę, było kolejne tutaj było.
games anymore.
Ale chyba i mam. Mam je! Mogę dać jako prezent też, ale to tak bym ci nie mógł dać.
In 5 years from now, it's in a place that I never even would have thought of.
O, ale...
Game is different for us.
Players can expect a new storyline with new quests, new biomes, we'll be
Kontynuuję
rolling out
oglądać.
new gear, new monsters, new bosses.
Expanding on the content in a continuous, organic way, so it just becomes a living world.
When we started Stoic, we decided let's just make games that we feel strongly about and we want to play. We had to find the right relationship with a publisher, and I think we found that with Xbox. They've enabled us to make the game that we want to make here. I earnestly cannot wait for the community to see the game that we're rolling out here. Towerborn is, I really believe, something unique.
Ale że oni pokazywali już to wczoraj, ostatnio.
There's that roar again.
Co to jest za gra?
You gotta protect the pit stop, please. What the hell is that thing?
Fallout 7.
Invaders down.
Hello, I'm John Rush, art director for Fallout 76. I hope you enjoyed the world premiere of the trailer for our Once in a Blue Moon update coming June 20th, free to play for anyone who owns Fallout 76. The blue moon has risen over the hills of Appalachia, bringing with it a ton of great new content for players. That includes new cryptids like the Blue Devil and Ogwa to threaten the progress of the Blue Ridge Caravan Company. We've also got 2 new public events, both of which give you a chance to earn Caravan and cryptid-themed rewards. Defend the Middle Mountain pit stop from waves of monstrous creatures and safe and sound. And thwart a horde of crazed cultists and beasts of burden. With Season 13, we've also got a new scoreboard called Shoot for the Stars, which celebrates the stars of the silver screen and gives you a chance to earn cinema-themed rewards.
O, nie, no fajny most.
And we're not done yet.
Ja Forza nie gram i tak.
Next year, we're taking players to Atlantic City, where they'll gamble on the fates of new factions for the opportunity to win big. Do your part in helping the Blue Ridge Caravan Company and earn rewards along the way. Once in a Blue Moon is coming June 20th. Appalachia is coming at ya. We'll see you there.
What's this?
Oh.
What happened now?
Sawery, tam nie powiesz, że robili ci.
We've just seen a new trailer for updates coming to Hi-Fi Rush called Arcade Challenge Update. No joke, there's literally exclamation points in there. That's not just me. So here to explain that and more about the update is game director John Johannes. Welcome to Showcase Extended, John.
Really glad to be here.
Exclamation points?
Jezu, masy
Have to be in there.
It feels
It's style. It's style. Yeah.
It's a style thing. Well, Hi-Fi Rush is such a stylish game in general. I think that's one of the things that people really excitedly pointed out when we shadow dropped the game in the developer direct earlier this year. But making a brand new IP is always a bit of a risk. Your studio's known for kind of scarier games like The Evil Within and Ghostwire Tokyo.
Can't deny that. But yeah, this type of game is something I just always wanted to make personally. And I just thought music and action work so well together. And after I had finished working on The Evil Within 2, it just felt like the right time to try something new. And our studio's always been about just making fun games. It doesn't have to be about a certain genre. We're not about making one specific thing.
And fortunately, there's plenty more of that content to come because we just saw an absolutely jam-packed trailer. So I'd love for your help in breaking down all the details, all the stuff going into this update.
Sure. There's a lot, so bear with me. Everything in this mode is unlockable once you've finished the game, and you'll unlock an arcade cabinet in your hideout. And by accessing it, you get 2 new modes. One is called BPM Rush mode, which takes the gameplay up to like higher speeds than we've ever done in the main game. And the other is called Power Up Tower Up, which is a new sort of randomized spin on the Rhythm Tower mode that we had in the original game. And included in this mode are 5 new original songs to play to, as well as 2 brand new enemies. And then there's special attacks and this whole meta system for unlocking upgrades and rewards. And that's all I can think of right now.
I love that there's so much to unpack there, but let's rewind. Let's talk about just BPM Rush for now.
Sure.
It was described in the trailer as effectively Hi-Fi Rush's equivalent of a turbo mode. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Yeah, early on, the team was like, how fast can we go? And in the game, we kind of settled at, about a max 160 BPM. But this mode really takes it up to 200 BPM. But we sort of ease you in there. It's a gradual upgrade until it eventually gets so fast, you just got to sort of think on your feet and naturally react to the rhythm in the combat of the game.
I personally love that there's a lot of accessibility settings in the game, too. It makes it so that you can adjust the game to your own comfort level. But this is a post-game challenge. It's meant for when you've gotten into the rhythm of the game. So I'm curious if you have any pointers on as far as how to tackle that challenge.
As an action game, I think a lot of people want that sort of next level challenge, another way to use their abilities in a new type of environment. This mode does that by putting you at the high speed. But we also have multiple difficulties. We have an easy mode for people who want to experience what that's like, but maybe are not in tune with that sort of high difficulty that's accompanied with this stuff. But then we have a casual normal mode as well. And then we have, after beating those modes, we can unlock an EX mode, which takes up to a hard level where damage is multiplied and keeps you at that high BPM throughout the entire time.
But there already was a post-game challenge when Hi-Fi Rush launched. It was the Rhythm Tower mode. You mentioned that briefly earlier. That's the one where you face just increasingly difficult combat. So how has that evolved with the Power Up Tower Up mode?
So the Rhythm Tower mode was kind of like a very curated experience. And while it was very challenging, you can prepare, go in and sort of customize your character, know what you're getting into. And in this mode, we flip it to the almost opposite end. Chai starts off downgraded. We actually remove all your abilities, and you have to earn them back by fighting waves of randomized enemy sets. And after every wave of enemies, you get to choose from a series of power-ups that can gradually increase your stats. Each of these upgrades comes with either bonus or negative modifiers as well to the gameplay, so you can take more risks or less risks depending on which upgrades you pick. And again, those upgrades are randomized each level, so really
tak szczerze, nobody cares, bo znaczy dla mnie, bo mam tu gdzieś, słuchajcie, chyba pójdę na kolejny krok.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, it was a really packed trailer. There was a lot of information in there. It's a chunky update. So what else have you got for us? Because I feel like there's more on the table there.
Yeah, so by playing in the 2 modes, you unlock these rewards through these challenges that are connected to these 2 modes. And in those rewards are things like accessories for Chai and new costumes for Chai 808, and even as well as fan favorite Corsica. We have new modes for the photo mode as well. Things like new filters. We have new poses for the characters. We have stickers that you can place on the photos now. And then there are some extra hidden secrets that we don't want to give away right now, which, as you know from our game, we like to hide in there and we like people to find, which is always fun. And then in conjunction with this release, we're also releasing a separate costume pack, which is a kind of take on what the characters would look like if maybe this game took place in a different time period.
Ooh, a little tease. I like that.
And there's some really fun-looking stuff in there, so.
Well, thank you again so much for coming out all the way from Japan to Showcase Extended, John.
I'm super glad to be here.
That's all we have to share about the new update for Tango Gameworks' Hi-Fi Rush coming soon. Now it's time for us to return to the second era of Tamriel and the Elder Scrolls Online. ZeniMax Online Studios debuted the trailer for their upcoming expansion at Showcase, and today they're here to break that trailer down for us. Let's hear what the team has to say about the Necrom expansion for Elder Scrolls Online.
A nie, z Elder Scrolls też. Myślę, że to nie obchodzi mnie.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching the Xbox Showcase. I'm Rich Lambert, the creative director on Elder Scrolls Online.
And I'm CJ Greb, I'm the project art director for Elder Scrolls Online.
One of the really interesting things about Elder Scrolls Online is it's different than really any other game out there. It's not your typical level-gated world. Go anywhere, you can explore in any order you want to.
You really can
co prostu
hop
dać
in
na...
at any moment, play with anybody, can play any part of the game.
And any story.
And of course, I mean, we're on Xbox Game Pass, you know, the biggest open world RPG on Xbox. And if you're at all a fan of Elder Scrolls, you can go places that you maybe have never gone before in an Elder Scrolls game,
and do
right?
things that you've never been able to do. There's so many different activities to participate in. You know,
housing.
We've got lore hunting and antiquities, right? There's the dungeons and the trials.
And you can, of course, always revisit lands that you've been to before. We've got Skyrim, Morrowind.
Yeah, and they're different times. You know, we're almost 1,000 years in the past.
Come in by yourself, come in with friends, but don't worry that you're ever not going to have something to do, because there are adventures everywhere. We had an awesome trailer during the showcase. Necrom, Hermaeus Mora.
Yeah.
What's it all about, Rich?
Hermaeus Mora is this Daedric god of knowledge. He's not good, he's not evil. He is just focused on cataloging the world and collecting everything he possibly can to study. And what you kind of see in the trailer is Mora kind of always on guard, always looking over and watching what's kind of going on. And you get to see some nostalgia in there as well from the Dragonborn DLC in Skyrim with the yellow-green skies.
The vast inky sea, the stacks of books.
I'll still never forget the first time you showed us the initial concepts for everything made out of books. I remember looking at that and going, oh my god, how are we going to do this? How is this going to run?
We always try to honor the past, right? Because when we go back to areas that people who play Elder Scrolls games have played, they know these lands. We want them to feel like they're coming home, right? But we have the chance to add a little into the mix.
The art team was able to really play with kind of cool, unique monsters.
Yeah, we were given some great places to go for new monsters in the zone. We were looking at making a creature that would kind of freeze you in terror as soon as you saw it. And a creature that has a deeper connection to the overall story of the zone.
We've also got the Tavani Peninsula, kind of the Morrowind vibe.
It's always fun to go back to this part of Tamriel because it's one of the most imaginative and sort of like visually expressive things that has ever been created for an Elder Scrolls world. And then, of course, Necrom City itself.
This ancient city that, you know, is rumored to have been built, you know, even before the Tribunal was even established.
Right.
Being able to play with that and look at that architecture and this ancient city of the dead.
And you guys gave us a new class to do.
The Arcanist draws their powers from Hermaeus Mora. We really challenged ourselves and the team to make something that didn't feel like anything else that we have built.
Everything we've been talking about sounds amazing, but when do we actually get to play it?
Necrom launches on Xbox June 20th, and we can't wait for everybody to get in there and see this amazing content that we've created.
Thanks, everyone, for watching us during the showcase and watching us today. Lots of exciting stuff coming for ESO in the future. We'll see you in Tamriel.
Jest, dobra, mamy to. I co, tyle? Kinetic Games, super. Crucifix. A, fasmofobia! O kurde, na konsolę będzie, no i git. Okej, czyli co coś za ci, bo definition... Tak.
番組をご覧の皆様、こんにちは。エグゾプライマル
こんにちは。
まずはじめに、3月に開催しました第1回オープンベータテストに多くのエグゾファイターの皆様にご参加いただきました。アンケートや
Ale oni jakoś mają
た
dziwne
くさんの
nazwy
フィードバッ
gier.
クをいただいております。
Naprawdę.
今後の開発に活用させていただきます。ご協力ありがとうございました。さて、
Aha.
今ショーケースは
Czy
ご覧いただ
najpierw
きましたでしょうか。その中で
definition
発表
i
しまし
tym
たが
asset.
第2回オープンベータテストの開催が決定しました。詳しい日程や情報は公式サイトをご覧ください。それではここからは番組をご覧の皆様に新情報を紹介します。まずはサベージガントレットという新たなモードです。サベージガントレットは内容が毎週切り替わる
A z nic nie mogę
特別なミッ
dotykać,
ション
więc
に
ja to
5人で挑
nie
む
na to.
世界中のファイターと
patrzeć
クリア
teraz.
タイムを競うというモードになっています。ディノサバイバルとは
Ej, widzowie, będziemy robić streamy. Ej, jutro Xavery?
全世界のプレイヤーが同じ
Nie
内容のミッション
ale
に挑みます。
widzowie,
今回は
Xavery, czy jak może nie wiem,
恐
czy
竜
ty
が
jesteś,
出
czy
現
nie?
トリプルスレッドを設置しています。
Halo?
出現してきたら
Zrób
このように
streama i nie rób
スカイウェーブ
streama.
のグラビトンケージと合わせて起爆。
Poczekaj, teraz
気
nie
も
będę
打尽にできま
patrzeć.
した。ミッションは画面上部に表示されている恐竜の討伐なのですが、サベージガントレットでは目標以外の恐竜が出現することが少なくありません。もちろん討伐せずに無視することもできますが、ミッション達成の妨げになる可能性があります。倒すか倒さないかはプレイヤーの作戦次第です。目標を達成したら次のミッションへ。
Walki z dinozaurami.
サバイバルと同じなのですんなり遊べると思い
Ale
ま
to
す。
nudne.
何やら
Jakieś
次のミッションに加
futurystyczne
えて
tego
エグゾスーツを着替
bronie
えているようですね。
walczą z dinozaurami.
なる
Jakieś
ほ
dziwne
ど。
potwory też
ス
są.
ナイパーの予想が離れた位置に
To jest jakiś dinozaur, ale coś miał na
一段
plecach
とに着替えた
dziwnego.
ようですね。
Jakiś
フレイム
czerwony
予想も出現するの
pterodaktyl.
でクロストロックで動きを止めて集中攻撃のチャンスも作り出せますね。また一列に並んだ恐竜もブレードで
Jakieś raptory tego typu, tu mają jakieś kule na plecach, które im rzucają.
道中では大型恐竜が複数体出現することも。サベージガントレットはエンドコンテンツに相当するモードなの
Szczerze
で
to
基本的に
nie
は
jest
ミッション
ciekawe.
の難易度は高く設定されています。モジュールの強化、組み合わせはもちろん
Triceratops.
チームメンバーのスーツ構成などよーく考えて挑んでみてください。
Że nie podoba mi się taki typ gier.
サベージガントレットをクリアするとこのようにクリアタイムが表示されます。その後自分のクリアタイムがどの程度だったかランクによる評価がされます。次はバリアントスーツを紹介します。バリアントスーツはデフォルトのエグゾスーツとは異なる性質の武器を装備しており、戦い方が変化したスーツです。デフォルトのデッドアイはアサルトライフルを装備していますが、デッドアイアルファバーストファイヤーはショットガンとバースト射撃を切り替えられるバトルライフルを装備しています。敵との距離に応じて射撃を切り替えながら戦います。
Bo ma takie futurystyczne rzeczy w tej grze i nadal nie mogę pokonać tego dinozauru.
バラージュアルファ、ロケット
To
ホ
jest
ップ、
realistyczna gra.
ビジラントアルファ、マークスマン、ロードブロックアルファ、フォートレスチーム、村雨アルファ、フロストグレイブ、クリーガーアルファ、チャージショットガン、リッチドクターアルファ、デュアリティビーム、スカイウェーブアルファ、サンダークラップ、ニンバスアルファ、ダブルバレル、バリアントスーツは発売後のタイトルアップデートで遊べるようになります。
10
ユーゾプラ
postaci
イマル
będzie.
は発売後も定期的にアップデートを行っていきます。シーズンごとに新たなゲームコンテンツを追加していきますのでご期待ください。
Ale widzowie, ja mam... O, jest, okej, ale będę miał ze dwóch.
それではウォーゲームでお会いしましょう。
Jest! O kurwa, aż tak można daleko? Idziemy do Grecji dzisiaj, idziemy do Saloników. Z Kielc. Widzowie, dobra, ja mam ze dwóch i zaraz wracam. Xavery,
partnership with the community. Gaming has the power to immerse us in worlds and perspectives we'd never otherwise experience. We can fight dinosaurs, transport to a dystopian future, explore the universe, and conjure magic. And we get to do this together, no matter where we are on the planet, the language we speak, what we look like, or our physical abilities. That is why it is both an absolute imperative and an incredible opportunity that games represent all of us. That is why we created the ID at Xbox Developer Acceleration Program, to help underrepresented creators and stories in the industry shine. We call it DAP. DAP already includes more than 100 emerging developers, and they've launched 30 incredible games like A Space for the Unbound, Validate, and Hoa. And there are many, many more in the works. Let's take a look at these amazing games coming up next from ID at Xbox's Developer Acceleration Program.
I got a call from my good friend Jörg Newman, the head of Microsoft Flight Simulator. He told me about this once-in-a-lifetime, out-of-this-world opportunity. So I'm here in Budapest, the capital of Hungary. Jörg, he's around here somewhere. Let's go find him. Jörg!
Hey, Paris! It's great to see you.
Yeah, great to see you.
Thanks for coming to Budapest.
Of course. What am I doing here?
I'll tell you on the way. We have a boat to catch.
A boat?
Yep.
We don't have a plane?
Nope. Come on, Paris.
This place? What kind of aircraft are you storing in here?
Ha, dude, it's much cooler than that. All right, Paris, are you ready for this?
You know I'm ready for this.
All right, let's go.
Widziałem początek tego traileru i... Ojojoj. Co to jest? Halo, Ksawery?
Welcome to the world of Dune.
A, to z tego nowego dodatku, który już mówił w niedzielę.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Paris, I would like to introduce Patrice Vermette, Academy Award-winning production designer of Dune.
It is very nice to meet you. I'm a huge fan of Dune. Now, Patrice, can you tell me, what is this place?
Well, this is the warehouse where we actually keep most of the props and the set deck elements that we used on Dune Part 1 and Part 2.
Now, Jörg, how did all this get started?
So it goes back to November 2021. Dune had just hit the movie theaters worldwide, and we got a call from Legendary, and they had the idea that we bring an ornithopter into Microsoft Flight Simulator. And me being a lifelong science fiction reader and fan, a big, huge fan of the Frank Herbert books, how could I say no?
Okay, now it makes sense after seeing the trailer at the Xbox showcase. I understand why you brought me here.
You guys want to take a look? Because we actually do have a couple of ornithopters here if you want to see. You want to take a look?
That would be awesome.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Look at this. It's a one-on-one real-sized ornithopter. It's amazing.
Sure, thank you. Denis likes things to be plausible, so that's why they were built to look military, rugged, and stealth.
Now here's the most important question. Were they built to fly?
Funny you mentioned, because I've been asked that question on a couple of occasions. No, they don't fly. They are heavy, they're 11 tons.
So Jorg, you had to get this working in the game. How did you do this in Flight Sim?
Yeah, it was actually interesting. So in general, ornithopters can fly and do fly. This particular one, given that it weighs 11 tons, that's going to be a little bit harder, specifically because it's not really doing the ornithopter bird flap. It does oscillation of the blades. And we currently don't have the material science to get the thrust and the lift. But on Arrakis, I think this is absolutely possible. And in Flight Sim, we made it work.
Patrice, we're here. Can we go in?
Absolutely. All right, let's do it. Normally we'd go in through the climbing up the landing gear, but this will do.
Yeah, so what's cool about this, Paris, is that all those buttons are actually realistically hooked up to the system. Master engine switch, what you're doing there above those, the red, are basically all the lights.
And as you notice, it's all analog, because in the world of Dune, there's no thinking machines. Thinking machines have been illegal for 10,000 years.
Yeah, that was actually fascinating when we implemented it. Because it's a science fiction, we thought, oh, it's glass cockpits, everything is going to be computerized. Like, none of it. This is a very practical helicopter, almost like from the 1960s.
So Jorg, in the first movie, the Thopter was able to do a lot of cool moves and maneuvers. You're going to be able to reproduce that in Flight Sim?
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, the really cool design that you guys came up with is each blade is independently controlled. So each blade has its own lift and thrust. And that means you can go from a really stable hover to a steep dive and back to a glide instantaneously. I would just say thank you that you designed such an awesome and realistic machine, because that's what we do. We bring realistic machines to life. But if you want to see a little bit more about the game design,
Absolutely.
I have something for you.
Absolutely, I'd love to see.
All right, so the setup for this expansion is that you are a Atreides pilot on Arrakis flying an ornithopter. Here's what we built. We basically built this section of Arrakis. Here's the capital city of Arkin. Here's the botanical garden, we have that as well. And the first thing we do is we train you up. The fast takeoff, fast landing, and then the deep dive. And then we take you to some of the extreme locations, like the bow of the cliff, the hole in the rock, the red chasm. You really have to show your pilot skills. And then, towards the end, then there's a secret mission, which I can't talk about today, but that basically wraps up the experience. It's gonna be great.
Super exciting. Hey.
It was great to see you again.
Paris, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. All right, Jorg, where to next?
Well, I don't know what they eat on Arrakis, but this is Budapest, and I hear they have excellent goulash. I know a place.
Well, let's go.
Fajnie. Loksawery? Halo Ksawery?
Halo?
No, przecież pokazuje tego, nowy dodatek, który będzie darmowy do Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Kiedy?
No nie, no 3 listopada wychodzi. Wiesz gry, gdzie się leci samolotami.
A Human Fall od
Human Fall jeszcze nie pokazywali, ale mi się wydaje, że chyba nie pokażę.
Czemu?
Po prostu nie wiem, po prostu twórcy może nie chcą.
Nie muszę ci pokażę, bo to jest gra na Xboxie.
No ale też jest na PlayStation. Ale tu nie pokazuje tylko gry, które idą tylko na konsolę i Xbox. Ja tej gry nie lubię. Sery, patrz mego streama. Czekaj. Nie na YouTube'a, okej? Tylko na Discordzie. Widzisz? Widzisz?
No.
Patrz, Krosno jest, Sanok, Przemyśl, Rzeszów. No, a to jest ten mod, który mam, promod.
Nie serio? Krosno jest?
No patrz.
Gdzie jest tam?
Nie ma Tarnowa, ale jest ten zjazd, że są te dwa ronda są. Jest zjazd Tarnowa. Ale nie ma Tarnowa. Patrz na górę, patrz. Tutaj dodali te miasta, dodali. Patrz od samej góry, patrz tutaj, w Finlandii. I patrz. Tutaj jest ta wyspa. Jest Islandia, nie było tego. I cała Wielka Brytania jest. O, dzięki tatusiu.
Jechałeś już drogą śmierci, nie? Jechałeś drogą śmierci?
Patrz ile dodali miast po całej Francji, albo w Niemczech. Patrz, to jest, patrz, widzisz, Chorwacja, tego nie było, tych krajów, Grecja. To chyba też pododawali. I patrz. Gruzy, patrz jak daleko to jest. O, jest Mołdawia i Ukraina, jest Białoruś i Rosja, ale jeszcze nie zainstalowałem tego modu. I patrz. Gruza. I patrz jak daleko można jechać, patrz tutaj. Do Azji. Patrz stąd. Patrz. Patrz. Izrael. Czyli nerwy.
The P organ is a system that allows you to upgrade your character. Use quartz to optimize P to your liking. Within the P organ, you can select which slots to unlock depending on your preference.
Gdzie?
Pokażę ci.
There will be times when you will be confronted with choices where you can give comfort to others with sorrow or despair by lying, or you can choose to tell the truth.
A jaki jest najlepszy autor do driftów?
W Forzie zależy jak je zrobisz. Jak tak w życiu stoi, to każdy auto może iść do driftu.
Meet Liza P on Xbox One, Xbox Series, and Game Pass. Coming to you this September 19th.
At the heart of Hellblade is our ambition.
Że nie oglądam już. Ja nie oglądam. Widzę, to jest tyle, jak chcecie kontynuować sami oglądać, to możecie, a ja robię kolejnego streama z jazdy do... Patrzysz? Skies? Patrz ile miast, patrz ile dodali.
O kurde.
No, jadę do Saloników jadę. Tutaj i biorę tego, wezmę tego i do Izraelu pójdę. Albo może pojadę do Cypru, a nie, bo to Cypru nie ma. A jest do Cypru, ale dobra. A nie do... Wow! Ile tu dodali miast? Do Egiptu mogę jechać. A tylko część Egiptu. A ile stąd? Czekaj, chcę coś zobaczyć. A czekaj, a nie mogę się tam tepnąć. Muszę tam pojechać. O jest. Ja tutaj będę musiał jechać. Gdzie kontrola graniczna. Nie ma? Czekaj, a między Izraelem tutaj powinno być. No, to są. A do samego tego, chyba do Jerozolimy będzie też. No, tu jest kontrola. I do zmiany kraju. Gaza też jest, też trzeba tu pojechać. Jezu, ile rzeczy jest. Nie, że to był nie, to przecież to był rynek przesyłek. Tak? A nie, to nie, ładunek, sorry. Jest do Saloników. Fajnie. Przez Serbię będę jechał, przez Węgry to normalne, Słowacja to normalne. Przez Serbię, przez Macedonię, no. O kurde, no to jedziemy. Dobra, to widzowie.